All right.
Oh, yeah! Very good. Okay, very good.
Good morning and welcome to episode 1707 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, May 9th, 2025. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. Today, I'm up first with a classic segment that takes you overseas. So, you probably don't need much more. There's a lot of international stories.
Take us, Daddy.
Yeah, I'm going to take us. Pat is on deck. What do you got, Pat?
Bro, Jennifer Aniston's Stalker. I wasn't going to cover it because whatever, but then he got arraigned in court today, and I'm putting a bet down. This image is going to be a meme for generations.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Great stalker image.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. A viral image to discuss.
I saw
And
one
Mark also
was in
saw
court
things.
with him behind his cell.
Oh, some more stuff, too. Cool.
Was it a court picture or was it him in his cell?
What do you want? You want to talk about it all right now? Or you
No,
want
no.
to
I
pack it into
saw
the
a
segment?
hilarious picture as well.
What do you want from me? Should
Maybe
we
it's
talk about it in
multiple
the segment?
pictures. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it in the segment.
Pat's going to give it to you in about, 15 minutes or so. So get
X
ready.
gonna give it to you.
And Mark is in the hole. What do you got, Mark?
But you think this is a game? I have revenge gone way too far. Way too far.
Okay. That can happen. Yeah, I mean, revenge, it lends itself to, it's an overreaction usually in the first place. And so.
Right. When you're revenging, you have to think of all the possible outcomes, including the worst possible outcome of your revenge tactic. And this lady.
Yeah, you want to do some good risk analysis before you go full revenge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wes, you're closing us up this week. What do you got?
I got the expansion of the raw dogging trend. It has expanded to other parts of planes, trains, automobiles. Gen Zers are doing it for a particular reason, according to psychiatrists. I'm going to tell you all about this new trend.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is it as cool as raw dogging as the original?
It's creepier, way creepier.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Way creepier.
Yeah, I don't know if cool is the right adjective there, Mark.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Look at this guy on the plane doing absolutely nothing. He's the man. love this guy.
What wherewithal? He's so tough.
Look at him. He won't even talk to the attendant. Look at him.
I guess I should have said viral potential.
Right.
Does it have as much virality potential?
Yeah. It has actually, I think, more viral potential whenever people start filming these freaks.
Okay.
Doing it, yeah, because we'll get into it. You want me to do it now?
No, we're gonna save it. We're gonna save it. Any you guys have anything else to start this one?
Overseas, baby.
No.
All right, it's time.
It's time for the International Moment.
The International Moment, a segment we used to do for an app that we have been banned from 3 times. So it's back.
I mean, if they could get all AI sex bots to have Darcel's voice, I'm in. I don't think that was even Darcel's full voice there, but the clips we got from her, I could listen to while jerking off all night.
We hired a voice actor.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
A while back.
Long time
Yeah,
ago.
thanks for the context. Because that might have come off weird, but Darcel had a voice on her.
Mark's been masturbating to the tapes of her recording what we asked her to
That's
say
less
for
weird
years.
now. We have
apparently.
context.
Yeah, it's a little less weird now. You guys know that I spent an extra $15 for her to say, "Oh, Mark."
You have the tapes. I mean, there's nothing stopping you.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. We're back in the International Moment. Thanks to Darcel and the app where we still have a burner account active. Thank you, intern Joey, for posting. We're having a real international moment, guys, in the United States of America right now, because the white smoke flew out of the Vatican on Thursday, and they announced the first ever American Pope.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's right. First of all time, Pope Leo the 14th, to be exact. There he is.
It's kind of like when the Mets signed Tim Tebow, like attendance is down.
Actually, no. So everybody
This is
thought
like
him.
when Inter Miami got messy. This is a big deal. This is like we got a Pope, man. Yeah.
It is a big deal. Big nation getting a big position in the papacy. And Pat, most people thought that his American roots would be what stopped him from getting the papacy. Is that how you say it? Papacy.
Yeah,
Papacy?
the papacy. But that's old.
That's
old
what a
school
gangster says when he shakes you down. I need the papacy.
That's old thinking, Will. The Pope's gone through so many cycles. We got to bring new thinking to the popeship.
And they have, because this is the first American Pope of all time, Leo the 14th. He was born Robert Prevost on September 14th, 1955 in Chicago, Illinois. And it was his closeness. This is what got him through to the late Pope Francis. He was tight with the late Pope Francis. That apparently put him over the edge at the conclave. I think they only had like 2 votes maybe, or 2 days of voting.
Colluding there. He's like, you'll be the next Pope.
Oh yeah, that's what Francis is telling him right there.
Yeah.
You're cardinal today, but Pope next.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And it happened. The conclave ruled finally that this dude, Pope Leo the 14th, would be him. Good for Pope Leo, and he's from Chicago. He spent most of his life in Peru, though, so that's another thing that why his American roots didn't really count against him in this conclave.
And Francis was Argentinian, so they share like a South American connection. That's where they
Yeah.
That was my next question. How were they communicating? If you grew up here in Chicago, but then
in Espanol,
there was
in Espanol.
Dude, what are the
And
Italians?
gay slurs.
Hermanos.
A lot of those, Wes. Hey, and
What's the air
speaking,
smell like? It's got a hint of
Wes, speaking of those, the Italian front runner, but he was too young, I guess, to be selected, maybe too extreme. But his name, fantastic. He did not get selected. We almost had Pope Pizzaballa. Pizzaballa was the
Huge
guy
fan.
from. Yeah, I mean that would have been cool, right? Pope Pizzaballa.
Speaking
Anyways.
of pizza balla, is he going to bring deep dish to Italy and just be like, fuck your Neapolitan? Because that's going to really chap their ass.
I don't think so. I think he eats whatever Peruvian pizza is at this point, because the dude is really basically Peruvian now. He's not. I mean, he grew up in Chicago. He's from Chicago, but he is 69 years old and he's been living in Peru since he was like 20 or something. So I mean, a long time.
Hey, I brought you this subpar pizza.
You call him deep dish subpar?
You
Yeah.
think deep
compared
dish-
to Neapolitan pizza? Yeah,
What?
I'd say so.
Well, listen.
Deep dish is delicious.
I think Italian pizza is the best too. That's why I think it's going to chap their ass if he brings this big old lasagna ass pizza into the Vatican.
Why can't people just love all styles of pizza? They all bring something to the table.
I would argue deep dish isn't even really a pizza.
Even the calzone.
Incredible.
It's good. It's like a
You don't like it?
casserole. It's
You
good.
don't like
Some are incredible.
Yeah.
Detroit style as
You're
well.
out
Yeah,
there,
hold on.
buddy. You're real
What
out
time is
there.
it now? What time is it now? 6:18. Yeah, I want a pizza at 9 o'clock. Let me call and put the order.
Yeah, it takes forever.
It does. Yeah, because it's like baking a cake of pizza. Yeah, but that's it. That's it with the Pope. Any closing thoughts on the first American Pope of all time from you guys?
No, I mean they're already starting to pick him apart, like what he believes in. It seems like he's
Everybody hates the Pope though, from different angles. It seems like
he's pretty lined up with Pope Francis. Might be a little harder on the gays until Francis got real sick and started dropping slurs at the end. But the other thing that was coming up, besides he aligns with all Pope Francis's things. Besides that, is there's
right,
there's at least 3 instances of him involved in potential cover-ups of hiring pedophile pastors and stuff into his organizations throughout the years. So,
I mean,
and then turning them loose.
yeah.
1 degree to Kevin Bacon there, you know.
Yeah, but that's like saying we
the
hired this
Catholic
accountant
Church.
and he's really good at Excel.
No, I know he hasn't been himself implicated. He's just hired.
Just so you guys know, this guy knows his way around a
The next
spreadsheet.
couple popes will probably have the same because they're old. It's,
Yeah, it's part of one of the reasons he was selected over the potential Pope Pizzaballa was because the age difference. He's 69, Pizzaballa 60. I think some of the other all of them are in their like 60s or 70s. Like no,
and they would have had to hire a 20-year-old pope to not have at least one instance of him being associated with the
right, but nobody wants that because nobody wants like a decades long papacy.
What do you think it's like to be like? I can imagine if you became the king somewhere, right? You'd like get your dick sucked and do some drugs.
Yeah, you would.
Whatever you want to do. But the Pope,
it's probably similar, but maybe not the same stuff. Right?
It's like becoming the president of your fraternity on an all boys campus in the middle of nowhere. You know, like
if you're the king, you're like,
you're in the middle of
300th day in a row of you coming to suck my dick. In
right? What's how do you unwind? How do you celebrate? Like with your new Pope shit. If you're the Pope.
So do you mean how do you unwind?
Some vino.
What do you say, Wes?
What do you think?
What I mean.
Look, hopefully Pope Leo's not cut of that cloth. You know, if he's the new Pope, right? You gotta.
What do they do, Wes?
They go down to the secret room and read all the horrors. It's like if you're president, you get to find out about the aliens.
They unwind, they unzip. You know what I mean?
I guess they can drink. They can drink. That's probably what they do.
Yeah, vino.
Masturbate too.
Oh, they have people waiting.
Can you? I guess you could. You have to go to confession, maybe.
Pope
masturbate,
sure. Do whatever he wants. Yeah.
Does the Pope masturbate? Well, every man sins, you know.
You haven't heard that expression? Does the Pope masturbate?
Does the Pope masturbate?
You're gonna have to have Father Brian weigh in on that one.
You think their big cross is just hitting them in the chest while they're beating it?
It probably maybe
leaned over,
takes it over off. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I mean, hopefully. He's taking the church in a direction away from the stuff.
Good for the USA. That was cool.
With. Right, and also first American Pope, and now international. Still, the latest from the front lines of the India-Pakistan situation, the budding war over there on the border. First, India is allegedly calling all of their best warriors to fight against Pakistan, and here is the alleged recruiting video. Check it out, guys. The world with meteors striking it. A really bad AI.
Windows 95?
What's the source on this, Will?
Autism Capital.
Looks like Doom 1.
Come on,
I don't think this is the official recruiting video.
Are you sure?
It's pretty good.
They're calling all the fucking warriors, bro.
We're going to bomb them into oblivion. Come with me to bomb Pakistan.
It's recruiting video. Yeah. So I mean, you don't have to watch it to the end. Basically, that one guy, he multiplies. He becomes a little bit of an army himself. And I don't know if that's the official recruiting video. That's the one that they put out there on X at Autism Capital. So probably not real. But
I don't think Autism Capital is the official.
Corey, I'm explaining what the fuck you were just watching. Yeah, and then here we go. So they're calling all the strongest warriors over in India. And then, Wes, can you also narrate this video once you get all the strongest warriors to come to the army?
Yeah.
You got to do a testicle inspection. Okay, so Wes, can you please narrate this video of the this is the latest thing to hit the internet of the Indian Army doing testicle inspections. Here it is.
I'm going to check your balls here just one moment.
Jesus.
I'm going to check your balls here just a second. Those are good balls. Yes. Oh, you look fine. I'm going to check your balls now. Yes, good balls.
Really squeezing.
Yeah. What the fuck is he doing? What the fuck is this guy doing?
Yeah, doctor.
Really squeezing them. Yeah. So that's what they're doing. When you call for the warriors,
volunteer job, do you qualify for that on the aptitude test?
Yeah.
I mean, work for the army. He's just a creep.
He just shows up. They ask. They say, "Hey, who could touch all these nuts real quick for us and make sure they're the same size?"
He's like, "All right, I'm the nut inspectors here."
As ordered.
That's what exactly. He just conned his way in.
Clocking it for duty, sir. And then
Hey, no, don't salute me like that.
General, do you need yours? Okay, so here we'll take it to the Reddit thread where it obviously caused a discussion, and Chorus says this isn't about quote unquote testicle size. The fuck misinformation spreading titles like this should get the post removed and OP at least a timeout. To which Kiki 1701 replies, well, I don't know what you think this is, but I'm a nurse and I know what a manual test for testicular cancer looks like. And that's what it is. One needs to roll around the testicles to make sure to check for different sizes. Hernia tests would be more invasive. And a late note, an Indian surgeon actually posted on the thread in response to the video telling us that it's a test for hydrocele or undescended testes due to filaritis. And then No Audience 14 replies to the original responder and says, welcome to Reddit, buddy. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
What do you think? They're not going to post a video of the Indian Army doing testicle inspections?
Yeah.
What?
They're going to post that
Why?
video.
Why don't they? I mean, if your testes haven't dropped, they don't want you out there.
Yeah, you can't be in the Army with that.
So I just looked it up. Filariasis is a parasitic disease caused by mosquito bites. It can lead to swelling in the legs and arms. So they probably don't want.
So check the legs and the arms.
Yeah, no, I know. I get that
Checking the
part.
nuts too.
We're gonna
The
start
surgeon-
here.
The surgeon claims in India that they won't take you if your nuts aren't
I
descended.
guess maybe it's
So-
like contagious. They don't want people with the filariasis nuts in the army.
What if everybody spent some time around these guys? Their nuts all of a sudden suck back up into their stomach. What would you do then? How'd you fight Pakistan?
I might suck back as he's getting closer to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
True. Little
Getting
white
closer.
Yeah.
white coat syndrome. Yeah. And finally, internationally, most international of all, Antarctic ice actually grew between 2021 and 2023. Shocking. New
Source?
study. Looks like
That's good.
the Tongi
Ground-
University.
Ground news is legit. Yeah, that's
So actually, shockingly, blind spot for the left. It says,
Oh
shockingly,
yeah. Well, climate change is fake. Totally nailed it. Good conclusion to the segment.
shocking. Hey, Antarctica is so international. There's a treaty that nobody can go there, and the ice was melting, and it grew between 21 and 23.
Did
It's
we
a
ever
good
get an
thing.
update on the
one
guy who was terrorizing the base in Antarctica? Did we ever get a resolution on that?
Oh, no.
I don't remember seeing anything on that.
I think they're all dead.
I think they got out. I don't know.
Okay.
Good question.
That's a good question.
I think they hired. I think they like forced the or the guy like said he would stop. The one update was the guy like apologized and he's like, "I'll stop being crazy." Then I haven't heard.
Oh,
something.
okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, hopefully, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last update I see here is March 20th. They remain trapped. Come on, guys. No one got them out of there?
Yikes! They got a couple more months then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You really don't want to just go to Antarctica without being right in the head. You know what I mean?
No.
Because
Yeah.
it's dark there, and you might suffer from SAD, like me, seasonal affective disorder. And I deal with that with therapy, specifically BetterHelp. And this show is brought to you by BetterHelp. If you've been thinking about getting therapy, you should do it. And you should do it with BetterHelp. Here's why. 100% online, okay? And they got a rack of therapists, like thousands and thousands and thousands of them. You go on, you fill out a little survey. What do you need? You having relationship troubles? You mad? You sad? Did someone die? Someone died, didn't they? It happens. People die. Don't deal with it on your own. Talk to someone. Sign up for BetterHelp. Fill out the survey. Find a therapist you like. If you don't like that therapist, find a new therapist. Pretty easy. And it's about half the cost of in-person therapy. For real, I avoided therapy for like probably 14 years because I was like, man, it's going to be so expensive. My insurance doesn't take it. And then BetterHelp became our sponsor. I looked and I said, wait, it's totally affordable, man. It's well worth it. And showed my partner that I was trying to do better, okay? Not only was I doing better, but my partner was like, okay, that's a big step.
Yeah.
Okay, it's you feed that beast of therapy, and it's pretty awesome. Anyway, your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/hardfactor to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/hardfactor, BetterHelp.com/hardfactor to get that 10% off.
Nice.
Okay. So Jennifer Aniston, remember her? She was on Friends. And then Brad Pitt kind of played the chicken game with her right out of motherhood. Remember that? Remember that? Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, they had a kid together? Aniston
Nope.
and Pitt?
No, they didn't. They didn't because he was like, I'm not ready. And then Angelina Jolie came around. She
And
said,
then
I'm
he
a
had
little
kids with
younger.
her. Right.
She plays
Little
stripper in
younger.
We're the Millers. She's in her underwear a lot. It's pretty hot.
Pretty hot little movie. Anyway, she had a stalker, guys, and that stalker meant serious business. I'm going to show you.
We're the Millers.
Yeah, We're the Millers. It was funny. It was entertaining. That scene where that dumb kid comes to date Emma Roberts is really funny.
Yeah, no regrets. And also the kid on the van
regrets.
gets bit in the testicles by a tarantula and he gets a phyrolysis of the testicles.
That's
Gets-
right.
Yeah.
He would
Anyway.
not have passed the test at
No.
that Indian inspection.
No.
You guys know this is a pro We're the Millers podcast, but that's
Yeah,
not what we're talking about today.
Okay, all right, fine.
Today we're talking about Jennifer Aniston's stalker, guys. I want you to meet Mississippi Man. This is Mississippi Man, Jimmy Wayne Carwile.
Turkey
Yeah.
hunter.
He
Turkey
couldn't
hunter.
see me. He got so camouflaged he couldn't see me.
Couldn't even see me. Of course, he's a turkey hunter. Will he's from New Albany, Mississippi. He's a country boy.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can tell really in that photo because it's like a trophy pic where he shot a turkey and is like bending down to lift the turkey up. So you can't really see how tall he is. But just take a guess.
Well, I'd like to shut her liberal mouth up with my penis.
Hey, throw a guess
Is
on
he a
there.
tall
How-
can of corn?
Just how tall do you think he is? I don't know.
I think he could be. I think he's about 5'10".
Yeah, I think he's
5'10".
like 5'9". I was gonna
Yeah,
say
maybe a
he's
little-
I think he's on the shorter end.
How could you tell?
Well, look how long the gun is. I know it's perspective.
Turkey's not
'cause
that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take a guess, Mark. Just take a guess.
6 feet.
6 feet. Okay, we'll keep those in mind and move on. Anyway, Aniston was at home the other day when Jimmy Wayne crashed his PT Cruiser through the gate of her Bel Air home. Okay, security guard stopped him in the driveway, held him at gunpoint before police arrived. Apparently, Jimmy Wayne left New Albany, Mississippi in September to live out of his car at a Walmart Supercenter in Burbank, California. And he started sending Jennifer Aniston threatening messages back in March of 2023. Here are a couple of them. Jimmy Carwile says, being, quote, mended together by our parents, waiting forever, no matter what, coming together, flesh here, reminded him of Adam and Eve. I felt our original parents also looking really for each other's love. And then here's another post. He says, Christ, Jimmy Wayne Carwile and Emmanuel Jennifer Joanna Aniston Carwile. His love, his innermost being was us, two being one, one being one flesh.
Oh, he really went insane.
Some crazy shit. He's
This
been
is way
posting
What
worse
kind of
than-
drugs did he
Way
have
worse than
access
the
to?
gorgeous comments on people's posts. Yeah.
an absolute lot of drugs, Willie. So a friend of his has taken to the internet to clear some things up and said, look, man, Jimmy Wayne's a really good dude. He's a family man. He's a father. And during the
Hell
pandemic,
of a turkey hunter too.
hell of a
Yeah.
turkey hunter, quite a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, aim small, shoot small. Jimmy Wayne during the pandemic got into drugs. Okay, wasn't into drugs pre-pandemic,
Okay. That happens.
but during the pandemic he got into drugs. He said his friend says, "My hopes were that someone somewhere would see this and get him the help that he needs." Jimmy's a good man, but his
Maybe
drug
Jennifer.
use. Right. He says Jimmy's a good man, but his drug use and his favorite show, Friends, being streamable in its entirety on Netflix, caused his mental instability. I pray that this thing that Jimmy Carwile has done gets enough attention and he gets the help that he needs. Please be in prayer for Jimmy, that
Dude,
the
I like
Lord
Friends too. I get it.
work all this out for good.
So he
anyone warn
Found
Jennifer
drugs.
that he was in
Yeah.
Burbank?
Well, he was sending her shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
but
since
he didn't know where he was. Someone like, hey, he's in Burbank, by the way.
a lot of data is still coming out, but he's been in Burbank for
He's a lot closer.
2
month
years, you
is
said.
it? Well, he started sending her shit in March of 23, but he left Mississippi in September to live out of his car. So he's been there a long time, 6 months living in that Walmart supercenter, just cruising by her house, sending her messages and shit. And yeah,
It'll be a year pretty soon.
crashed his PT Cruiser through her front gate. Thank God the police or her security guard was there. Aniston was home. Anyway, guys, here's
Jeez.
the
That guy
arraignment.
drives a PT Cruiser.
Great car.
Yeah, you can live out of a PT Cruiser, no problem.
Oh my God! Yeah, you pull those seats down. You got a
When did they
full-size
stop
bed there.
selling the PT Cruiser?
2007 is my guess. 2009 maybe. What does it say? Can you figure it out? Anyway, guys, the reason we're talking about Jimmy Wayne, it is sad. Obviously, he's having a hard time. Okay, after the crash, he started complaining about back pain. I wonder why.
Well, because
Right.
he crashed his PT Cruiser into a gate.
Well, probably because he wanted more drugs because he's addicted to drugs.
Well, what was
okay?
his what kind of addiction? Did his friend ever clear it up?
Didn't say just
seems,
drugs.
It
Will
seems like a lot. Like it seems like that's not just opiates. Like he's
Yeah, that's
like
meth mind. Yeah,
that's like you're on all kinds of shit
bath
when you're right.
salts.
Do you have any meth for my? Do you have any meth for my back?
yeah, back meth. Guys, here is the arraignment from Jimmy Wayne today. He's
Oh, he's a giant.
yeah, dude, he's giant.
Why is
my
he naked
God.
in a bath towel?
Is that girl like
Suicide blanket.
5'2"?
It doesn't matter, dude. She's fucking huge, bro. He's huge.
How did he fit in the
like-
PT Cruiser?
The judge told him that he needed to have no firearms and no further contact with Miss Aniston. And to that I say, does this look like the guy that's going to contact Jennifer Aniston again?
Yes. What? Wait. Why does he have his shirt off? Why did he take his shirt off in court?
I don't know, but it's a suicide blanket. He's on suicide watch. He must.
What?
I don't know, dude. I have lots of questions. How is he so gigantic? Why is he making that face, staring blindly? He's clearly sobered up now. His buddy's saying it's drug induced.
Oh my God, he looks insane.
He's having a hard time.
It's like when that movie Smile did that viral marketing stunt where they had someone just standing
Right.
behind home plate at
You're right. It
a
looks
ball game
exactly
smiling.
like that. Yeah.
It's that insane, and he's got his hand on the glass, like in Cable Guy,
Right, like
which
the
he
alien
carried.
in Independence Day too. Yeah.
Anyway, Godspeed to Jimmy Wayne, man. I hope he gets better. I don't know if he's gonna.
No.
For Jennifer's
No.
sake, they should probably just keep him in the loony bin for a while.
No,
how
Jennifer
big do you-
Aniston's going to have someone checking if he's in jail every day for the rest of his life.
Big boy.
I mean, he's just standing there shirtless, holding a blanket around his tits. Like, what's going on?
I mean, he's potentially 6'9". He's potentially 6'9".
Yeah.
The most shocking thing is that he didn't purposely let it drop.
Right.
that's true.
Why did he just go whole hog?
Yeah,
I'm so this is great.
I can't believe he was holding that blanket up.
Thank you for telling us about this guy, Pat.
Dude,
Man,
but one other thing, the news copter was reporting on it, and the guy in the news copter was like, "It was a man in his 70s that crashed into Jimmy Wayne's 48 years old."
Yeah, he looks a little
yeah,
older than 48,
it's a bit of rough 48.
yeah. Okay,
Tough time
Well-
in a PT. He'll do that to you.
that's true.
Living out of your PT.
Yeah, I mean it's the size of him. He's been living in a coffin for a
I've
year.
mostly been eating my PT Cruiser.
Yeah, exactly. Like burrowing his way out. Like, oh fuck! All right, I've got a story today that reads like a really fucked up fable. Recently, I did a story on a woman who posed as an ICE agent to kidnap her ex's new wife. And this one starts off pretty similar, but is way worse. I think that might have been on Florida Man Friday, which is over there for $5 a month at patreon.com/hardfactor. There's really no excuse to not be signed up at that price. But
The newest one drops right after this show. I mean, you can just hop right over there.
Guess
What a
I
steal.
digress. Guess I digress. $5 a month. You kidding me? So it starts off similar because this woman, 35-year-old Jordelia Pereira Barbosa of Santa Inês, Brazil, was allegedly mad at her ex for moving on to a new girlfriend in a relationship.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know, it happens. So she decided to come up with a plan to get rid of that bitch. The first plan didn't work and involved her poisoning some chocolate around Easter time that she was then going to hand out to that bitch, Marion Lira. You know what Lira means in Portuguese, right?
Money, right?
Fucking bitch.
Oh, yeah, true.
That's what it means.
It also, I think it's the denomination in Portugal for dollar.
Yeah. Well, it is actually another Portuguese place. So she's named after
Turkey.
money, but she's also stealing men from
Yeah.
Jordaria Barbosa. So
Yeah,
it sounds like I guess the two work together, which probably drove Barbosa fucking nuts, seeing her every day being younger
Her
and cuter.
coworker stole her girlfriend, and it's a girlfriend, right? Okay.
No. She was with a dude, I think.
A
and
dude,
so
okay.
her dude moved on to
her coworker stole
Lira.
her boyfriend. Okay,
yeah, and so
Does
she
the
showed
dude
up
work there too?
potentially. But I know we know the two
Office,
girls.
love triangle.
We know the two
Yikes.
girls work there. Yeah, he might have been like driving her in. She at least showed up, like bow-legged, smiling, younger, cute every day, which was driving
Killed, yeah.
Barbosa nuts. So
Can't-
one day just
You can't
before
do
Easter,
that to a woman. You can't break up with a lady and then date another lady at the office. You can't.
Well,
do
you
that.
shouldn't shit where you eat in general, right? But yes,
I agree.
That's
So-
the worst version. Yeah.
well, I'm making this assumption based on the next thing I say. So you guys tell me if I'm on the right track, or maybe friends and family were allowed to come over. But what her first plan is they were doing an Easter chocolate testing at their grocery store for just employees, is what the thing says. And she tried
Yeah,
to
they work
poison her
together.
with that. So they work together, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, grocery store candy tasting, chocolate tasting. I'm going to poison the chocolate and hand it to Lira. But I guess Lira turned down the chocolate because that Barbosa was holding in her hand like a poisoned apple from
Yeah.
a wood,
Yeah. Right, because she was sweating and demanding that she eat it. Try it.
Saw you in the poison aisle earlier.
Yeah, exactly. She was probably like, wait a minute, this is the first time she's smiled at me since I stole her, man. And why did she say
Yeah.
eat up and I'll tell you? So I guess she turned it down potentially.
Bet that chocolate's poisoned.
She was thinking.
Yeah.
So it didn't work. Plan A didn't work. So plan B, Barbosa said, I'd like to stick to the poisoned chocolate again. But this time I'll buy some Easter eggs and gift them to Lira as an Easter gift. Then she will have to eat them, especially if they come from an anonymous source. She
Right.
can't refuse that, right?
Anonymous is where you got to go. You can't.
Yeah.
She obviously can't give her the poison herself.
Right.
And that's the custom in Brazil. Is if you get an anonymous gift, you have to consume it because they could be watching.
It's true.
Everyone knows that.
You don't turn
Especially-
down a gift. Yeah.
Well, yeah, on a religious holiday. Yeah. It
It's
would
like
be
Japan.
disrespectful.
You think
Yeah.
Brazil takes Easter pretty seriously? Yeah,
I'd say so.
I'd say so.
Yeah,
So,
irrationally seriously in some houses. Yeah.
yeah. So Barbosa went to the grocery store, probably the same one she works at, because she ended up wearing a black wig and giant sunglasses to just purchase chocolate eggs. They actually don't sell poison at the grocery store. So she went and got some chocolate Easter eggs, but she was like, this isn't Barbosa, your coworker. This is a woman buying chocolate Easter eggs you don't know. I don't know why she did that, but then she went home. I guess she knew they were going to check the footage later after what happened.
Huh.
And so then she went home and she put the poison in the eggs, all alleged, and hired a motorcycle courier to deliver them with a note that said, with love to Marion Lira, happy Easter.
What?
From an admirer, definitely not Jordelia Barbosa, who hates you and has blonde hair, not black hair, if the police review the CCTV footage of who purchased these eggs.
Yeah. How about this chocolate?
Yeah.
Wow.
It worked, guys. Lyra ate the
She
eggs.
killed
her. Maybe. Lyra ate the eggs, but so did her kids, a 7-year-old boy and a 13-year-old girl, and 7-year-old Luis is dead. And his mom and sister
Jesus.
were in critical condition as of a few weeks ago. It's really hard to get updates on this story from this small Brazilian town, other than the fact that she did this and was arrested. Here is her getting cuffed. This is the not cool, by the way, Jordelia, a little too far. She was arrested by the Marin-Howe Civil Police.
Just a little.
Yeah, the Marin-Howe Civil Police for murder after they found receipts for the chocolate eggs, 2 wigs, scissors, cards, a saw knife, and poison at her house.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's got enough forethought to like wear a disguise and like get a motorcycle courier, right? But she doesn't have enough insight to be like, maybe her kids are gonna eat this.
Right. The most obvious thing possible.
The note didn't say don't give to your kids.
And she said Happy Easter, which means like
love.
everybody enjoy. Yeah. So
Maybe she was trying to get the boyfriend too at this point.
Wow.
Sad.
Yeah, it's very
she's
sad.
a murderer of children.
She is. She's going away. Taking it to the internet. John Lucas Boy says, I blame both woman here.
Interesting.
Classic
John?
internet.
I blame both women here. Look at this picture.
Yeah, a misogynist on the internet? Come on. In the comment section? Come on.
And you are asking for trouble if you start banging your coworker's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, she deserved her kids.
The whole. I mean, lots of fault to pass around.
Clearly didn't deserve it, but
yeah,
lots of fault.
probably could have been avoided with a little bit.
That was
of
a
luck.
Easter's disaster.
And then
Yeah,
what
well,
happens?
She's just in jail.
The rest of them died too, Pat.
Well, no, the mom and the 13-year-old daughter were in critical condition as of like late April. They just updated her arrest. They didn't like good luck finding Santa Inez news. It's a small Brazilian town on the beach. It only made the news because it's so crazy. They're not like doing a bunch of updates on it. So hopefully they're okay. But,
Deadly Easter.
Yeah.
Fine. Kid's not fine, but they're fine.
Right.
Okay.
Oh wait, update. Luis is alive. No.
Oh.
No.
Remember when we discussed the trend of raw dogging flights? You guys remember it's basically you sit on the plane,
Yes.
no snacks, no water, no music, no drinks, no screen except for like the flight path. Pretty hilarious. Here's a refresher.
So you can look at the map.
Yeah, you can look at the map, or if you want to really go hardcore, you just stare at the seat in front of you.
I mean,
I would go so far as saying looking at the map is
looking at the map to me is a cop out because I kind of look at the map sometimes just to entertain myself.
Doesn't it like randomly change screens from like the local view to the world view? That's watching shit.
Yeah, I mean, I like to watch the flight tracker every now and again. Yeah. Here's a refresher for those of you who might have missed that episode or are new to the show.
Art of raw dogging flights has been around for a long time, huh? Remember back in 2022 when people were just posting about passengers raw dogging their flights without any form of entertainment, completely confused as to how someone could do that like it was normal? And then further back than that, in the late 2010s, there were musings about others raw dogging reality, no therapy or pills to help with mental illness. It has long been a way to describe going about one's business with zero protection, but the flights evolved to video format, and instead of talking about others doing it, it became about people doing it themselves. You can see the shift in 2023 when people were filming their parents' raw dogging flights, and 2024 when the self angle became more popular. Some would also describe it as barebacking flights until the term raw dog became more dominant, as perhaps that particular word is a little more safe for work. The thing is, whilst many say
That guy,
Anyway, you get it.
that guy raw dogged a flight in first class. What an idiot!
Yeah.
But they're filming themselves.
Right.
Bullshit.
Right. So it's evolved now. Okay. According to the New York Post article by Ben Cost via the Fortune article by Oriana Rosa Royale, the raw dogging phenomenon has apparently gone underground, and the young subway riders, Gen Zers, are barebacking on trains and in their cars
Just
on the way
fucking
to
each other's in the subway cars.
Yeah. And basically what you do is you don't listen to music, you don't get on your laptop, you don't listen to podcasts, you just stare at the person across from you and make eye contact with as many people as you can and creep them out.
Why do you have to do the eye contact?
But up until smartphones like got good, I did this on trains. Like on planes, I would get magazines. I never raw dogged a flight in my life, but on a train ride or a subway ride less than an hour, I would just absolutely do nothing but sit there.
Sure.
Just think.
Yeah.
I mean, the longer you
so
look
why
at
do
someone,
you
the
have to-
darker your thoughts get.
So this is just riding a train, but you have to make eye contact with other people.
Well, that's what they're saying, and basically that's what they do because you're across from them on a train,
Nah,
so
it's
you just
creepy.
stare ahead, And if there happens to be like a woman on the other side, you're scaring the shit out of her. And the theory is,
I mean, anybody,
think?
you're creeping anybody out.
yeah, you're creeping anyone out. It's
This,
not,
this coming on the tails of a corpse getting fucked on the subway.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah, you're
Not
gonna get
great
911
timing.
called on you. And the theory is that they're rebelling by doing this about having to go back into the office. Okay, experts believe that the
What does
uptick
that mean?
could be hitting back at demanding bosses.
Take this,
forcing-
CEOs.
So you
that-
take it on a random person on the fucking subway?
Well,
What?
the thing is there like, so a lot of people when they get on the subway or the train, they'll like start to work. They'll get out their laptops and they'll look at emails and shit like that. So
Okay.
this is a way
Okay.
for them to take back their time and
But why do
rebel.
they have
Show
to
that you're
glare-
wasting everyone's time.
Yeah,
by
but why are
making
you
it a
glaring
subway.
at everybody? That's just strange.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's like, hey, I'm not going to clock in. I'm not going to give you any of my precious time on the subway, on the commute until I
Okay.
get to the office. That's what I'm clocking in. I'm taking it back.
Well, then why don't you just look at fucking memes on your phone then, pal? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
why
what
don't
the
you throw
fuck?
your time in? Yeah.
Well, because the Gen Zers, apparently the study of 2000 Gen Zers say that, half of them are fucking depressed and have anxiety from too much social media.
Yeah.
So it's also a way to
So-
get a break from social media.
Well, that's good.
But they're giving everyone else like anxiety.
But they're
because
just
staring
brooding.
at them. Yeah.
Right, they're brooding. So their break from being depressed is to brood and make other people feel uncomfortable. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Why don't
And
they just call this 1990 subway thing?
right. I don't know.
It's a toxic trait that they're turning into a TikTok trend.
Well, these psychiatrists are saying this might actually be good for mental health. Unless of course you're the girl that the dude is staring at, then it's really bad for your mental health. Because 40-minute subway ride, shutting down, not looking at social media, just getting it all away, they say can be beneficial. But also
sure.
it can make you just dwell on all your problems and go insane at the same time.
Well, the brooding aspect, why you have to glare at people with it. It's like it's instructing you to be mad and like
Yeah.
ruin other, like fuck with other people basically.
Yeah, I would argue counterpoint. What are they thinking about on the ride? It's probably not great for their mental health. All the
That's what I'm saying. That's what I just said. If you're not doing
you're
anything,
not-
then
yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but you get some time
The
alone.
mind
but not doing
wanders.
anything. The mind will wander. Yeah.
It does.
Well, especially if you're doing this as a protest because you hate where you're going and you're upset and depressed, like that.
right. So all you're
Right.
gonna do is just keep thinking about that.
Right. And I looked on YouTube to try to find it, and I found this fucking guy. He posts videos. He says, raw dogging my commute to work. And it says, what did he say? Hang on, I gotta find it.
Raw dogging my way to work. Music,
Yeah, screw listening to my favorite band.
podcasts, no music,
Yeah.
no podcast, no checking memes on Instagram. Just a raw, unfiltered morning commute on my way to my soulless corporate job. Okay.
Yeah. And then he posted
Cool.
another one on his way from work. Will, can you read that? I can't see it.
Raw dogging. I straight up just raw dog my commute to work. Just straight up autopilot mode. No thoughts behind my eyes. Okay. Isn't that how everybody drives to work, dude? Like
No, listen to music.
That's
No,
a driving instructor's dream. That guy right there.
Yeah.
Just focus.
yeah, but you have a podcast on, but you're still not thinking. Nobody can remember their commute to or from work. Like you don't remember the shit you see. You don't remember the turns you take. It's all,
No, you're
everybody's
right
on
about that.
autopilot.
Right.
What are you, the first fucking person on planet Earth to not care about your commute?
No, it's
Congratulations.
scientifically proven that if you keep doing a commute long enough, like you can like basically be asleep and you can just be at home and you
Exactly.
remember all the turns and you're absolutely on autopilot on the commute.
You are. Everybody is.
It's
not this kid
that's
alone.
proven fact, but you might as well listen to something you enjoy while you're on autopilot.
It's a waste of time. I mean, you can at least, get ahead. You probably get into the office and just.
I liked raw
insane.
dogging more than barebacking. Barebacking's rubbing me the wrong way.
It's creepy, huh?
It's not
Yeah.
that big a deal. They're making it a big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
You see someone on a 5-hour flight not touching their phone or the thing in front of you or reading a book or anything like that, then that's weird. Someone just on the subway, like just not doing anything is kind of just stupid.
But the staring at you aspect, no raw dogger on the flight's going to
Nah,
be staring you down.
I don't think everyone stares. I think just the people doing the social media aspect of it are doing that to like make it look. I think some people just sit there with their head down.
Right.
Probably.
Well, the kid in the car. I mean, give me a break. You're just hurting yourself. You don't want to listen to your favorite music or your podcast when you're on autopilot, buddy. Okay,
He 1,000% does. He's doing that for social media.
Yeah.
It's just I just want to make my drive shittier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on my way to my soulless job with no entertainment. It's great.
Yeah.
Since I fucking hate everything, I may as well make everything fucking worse.
Anyway,
Good way to get fired from your soulless job.
yeah.
Posting
No, they're really showing their bosses by acting like psychos on the train.
That's the corporation's gonna take note.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the show for this week. Patreon.com/Hard Factor for more. Check it out. We love you. Hope you have a great fucking weekend.
The cream of the crop!